Students, how are you? Miss you so much. Today we are going to carry on explaining part 4 from The Tempest. Okay? We are going to take pages 5, 6, 7. Now prepare your book, your pen, in order to follow up. Okay? Let's start. Can you remember what happened in last scene? When Prospero was talking to Ariel and Ariel gave Prospero an account about the storm and what he had done with people on the ship. Okay? So after that, Prospero told Ariel that he had more jobs to do. But Ariel asked Prospero to set him free or to give him his freedom. And he said here in the first line, "You have promised me my freedom. I have served you well and without complaint. Told you no lies. Made no mistakes." Okay, so in this part, in this comment, Ariel asked Prospero to give him his freedom. But Prospero told him, "What? You do not remember what pain I freed you from? Have you forgotten the evil witch, Sycorax, who was almost pained double with age and jealousy? Where was she born? Speak, tell me." So here in this part, in this comment, Prospero try to remind Ariel of the evil witch Sycorax and remind him that he had already set him free before. Okay, so he asked him about the place where Sycorax lived in, and Earl said, "Sir, in Algiers." Okay, so where is Algiers? What the meaning of Algiers? Algiers, yes, exactly, Jazair. Okay, Jazair. Okay, and then Prospero said, "Oh, was she? I must remind you of things that I find you have forgotten. This witch, Sycorax, was driven from Algiers for the things she did, too terrible for human ears, and was left here by the sailors. And because you were a spirit too delicate to carry out her evil commands, she shut you up in a tree, where I found you crying. This pain, remember, I freed you from." So in this part, Prospero tried to remind Ariel, as I told you before, that he set him free before, okay, from the evil witch Sycorax when she shut him up in the bodies of large trees, okay, when the spirits refused to obey her or to do her evil commands, okay. So here in this part, yeah, guys, Ariel felt that he was ungrateful, okay, and he said, "Pardon me, dear master. I will obey your commands." Pardon me means excuse me, sorry. Okay, that this means that he felt sorry for this. Prospero said, "Do so, and I'll set you free." He then gave more orders, and away went Ariel. First the spirit went to where he had left Ferdinand, and found him still sitting on the grass in the same sad state. So Prospero here in this part promised Ariel that he would give him his freedom and he would set him free. But when he did all the jobs that he asked him to do. So Prospero gave him more orders, and Ariel went to do what Prospero asked him to do. Okay? So where did Ariel go? He went to the place where he left Ferdinand. Okay? So here when Ariel saw Ferdinand, he said this comment to himself, "Oh, my young gentleman," said Ariel when he saw him, "I will soon move you. You must be brought, I find, for the Lady Miranda to have a sight of your pretty figure. Come, sir, follow me. Of course, yeah, guys, as I told you before that Ariel was a spirit and not seen or heard by anyone except for Prospero, okay? So, Ariel said this comment to himself, as if he was talking to Ferdinand. So, how could Ferdinand follow him? Yes, exactly. Here in this part, Ariel tried to make a magic sound, okay? And Ferdinand followed him. Let's start reading. He began to sing, and the prince followed the magic sound of Ariel's voice until it led him to Prospero and Miranda, who were sitting under the shade of a large tree. Now Miranda had never seen a man before except for her own father. As I told you before, she had never seen a man in her life except for her father, because when she came to this island, she was about 3 years old, okay? So while Miranda was sitting with her father under the shade of a tree, she saw Ferdinand for the first time. But she didn't think that he was a man. She thought that he was a spirit. Why? Because, as I told you before, she had never seen a man in her life except her own father. Okay? So Prospero said to Miranda, Miranda, tell me, what are you looking at over there? What are you looking at? Miranda said, Oh, father, surely that is a spirit. Believe me, sir, it is a beautiful creature. Is it not a spirit? So in this part, Miranda thought that Ferdinand was spirit. What did Prospero say? What did Prospero say? Huh? No, girl. It eats and sleeps. Okay? So here tries to convince her that he's not spirit and he is just a man. Okay? Here we have question. Why did the first question is a comment. Surely that is a spirit, Lord. How it looks about, believe me, sir, it is a beautiful creature. Is it not a spirit? So at first we are going to say that, yes, this extract is taken from a play entitled The Tempest by Shakespeare. Who said these words, huh? Exactly, Miranda said these words to her father, Prospero. When and where? Yes, while they were sitting under the shade of a tree, she saw Ferdinand for the first time and thought that he was spirit. Okay? Because she had never seen a man in her life except her father. Okay? Here the second question. Why did Miranda think at first that Ferdinand was a spirit? Huh? Why do you think? Yes, I said that. Because she had never seen a man in her life except her own father. Okay? So, in the last line in this page, Prospero tried to convince her that Ferdinand is not spirit. He is a man. Okay? So he said, no, girl, it eats and sleeps and has senses just as we have. This young man, you see, was on the ship. He is rather changed by grief. Or you might call him beautiful. He has lost his companions. Companions means friends or people on the ship. Okay? And is wandering about to find them. This means that he was looking for them. Okay? So here Prospero told Miranda that Ferdinand was not a spirit. He was a man just like himself. Okay? And told her that he lost his companions. He lost people on the ship and he was trying to find them. Okay? So, Miranda, the second paragraph, let's Go on reading. Miranda, who thought all men had serious faces and gray beards like her father, was excited by the appearance of this beautiful young prince. And Ferdinand, seeing such a lovely lady in this empty place, thought he was on a magic island and that Miranda was the goddess of the place. Goddess الإلهة. إلهي يعني, okay? He began to address her with the respect a goddess deserves. Okay? So, here we have a question. What did Miranda and Ferdinand think when they first saw each other? Underline. This is the answer of question number 3. This paragraph is the answer of question number 3. Underline with me. Miranda, who thought all men had serious faces and gray beards like her father, was excited by the appearance of this beautiful young prince. And here we are going to write in this part, and she thought that he was spirit. Yes, exactly. Underline. And Ferdinand, seeing such a lovely lady in this empty place, thought he was on a magic island and that Miranda was the goddess of the place. He began. We are going to stop here of the place, okay? So this is the answer of question number 3. Here بقى, let's carry on. He began to address her with the respect of goddess deserves. He started to talk to her politely, as if he talked to a goddess, okay? افتكر ان هي goddess فبيكلمها بكل احترام. Okay? But she answered, let's go on the following, or the next paragraph. She answered a little fearfully that she was no goddess. Okay? So she told him that she was not goddess. Okay? But simple girl. Just a girl. Okay? And was going to give him an account of herself. This means that she was about to introduce herself. She would tell him who was she and everything about herself. Okay? When Prospero interrupted her. So here in this part, Prospero interrupted Miranda. Okay? He was well pleased to find they admired each other. Prospero يا جماعة from deep of his heart he wanted Miranda to fall in love with Ferdinand, and the same, okay? And Ferdinand would fall in love with Miranda. Okay, so he was pleased that they saw each other and admired each other. He saw clearly they had, as we say, fallen in love at first sight. Okay? They loved each other from the first sight. To test Ferdinand's love بقى, here بقى Prospero had a plan to test Ferdinand's love. What did he do? Though, he decided to throw some difficulties in their way. So here we have a question. Why do you think Prospero was pleased to see that his daughter and Ferdinand had fallen in love? Why do you think? Who can tell me? Try to think of this. Bravo, excellent. I can hear someone saying, yes, Miss, because Ferdinand is or was the son of the King of Naples, and he would be king one day. And when Miranda got married from him, she would be the Queen of Naples. Okay? That's why Prospero was happy for that. Okay? So here we have another question. Number 5. What did Prospero do to test Ferdinand's love for Miranda? In this paragraph, the fifth line, underline with me. To test Ferdinand's love, though, he decided to throw some difficulties in their way. Okay, how بقى? He addressed, yes, this is the answer. He addressed the prince severely, telling him he came to the island as a thief to steal it from its real master himself. He's talking about himself. Okay? So, this is the answer of question number 5. Okay? What did Prospero do to test Ferdinand's love for Miranda? Yes, exactly. He decided to throw some difficulties in their way. He addressed the prince severely. Severely means in a bad way, okay? In a rough way. Telling him he came to the island as a thief to steal it from its real master, Loa Prospero, okay? So here Prospero, as I told you, talked to Ferdinand in a bad way, okay? Why? To test his love for his daughter, Miranda, okay? He said, "Follow me. I will tie you up. You shall drink seawater. Shellfish and dead roots shall be your food." Okay? So here we have a comment. Okay? Here we have a comment. In this part, underline this comment, okay? Follow me. I will tie you up. Follow me. I will tie you up. You shall drink seawater. Shellfish and dead roots shall be your food. So, we have a comment here. I will tie you. You shall drink seawater. Shellfish and dead roots shall be your food. Who said this verse to? Yes, exactly. Prospero said this verse to Ferdinand. Okay? When Ferdinand came to the place where Prospero and his daughter stay. Okay? And Miranda saw him and thought that he was a spirit. So, Prospero found out that they fell in love at the first sight, and he decided to test Ferdinand's love to his daughter Miranda. So, he treated him badly and talked to him in a rough way. Okay? Let's go on, you guys. What did Ferdinand say? Ferdinand said, "I will fight against that kind of entertainment until I see a more powerful enemy." So here in this part, Ferdinand thought that Prospero was weak man, old man. So he thought that he would fight him and defeat him, okay? He pulled out his sword, but Prospero waving his magic stick like this, fixed him to the spot where he stood, so that he had no power to move. So here Prospero used his magic stick to make Ferdinand lose his power, okay? And he stood still. He couldn't walk, okay, or step forward. Miranda ran to her father saying, here we have another comment. Underline this comment. "Why are you so unkind? Have pity, sir. This is the second man I have ever seen, and to me he seems a true one." This means that, please leave him alone, okay? Don't hurt him. Here we have a comment. "Why are you so unkind? Have pity, sir." So these words were said by Miranda to Prospero, yes, when he tried to test Ferdinand's love to her and he treated him badly. Okay, so Miranda here asked her father to have pity on him. Let's move to the following scene. What did her father do? Silence. One more word will make me angry with you, girl. What? Will you speak for a thief? You think there are no finer men? Because you have seen only him and Caliban. Okay? Here Prospero tried to tell his daughter Miranda that he's not the only good man in the whole world. So here Prospero tried to test her love for Ferdinand. Okay? Let's go on. He said this to test his daughter's love. And she replied, I have no wish to see a finer man. This means that she didn't want any other man. She wanted Ferdinand. Yes. What did Prospero say to Ferdinand? Come on, young man. You have no power to disobey me. Of course, Ferdinand didn't realize what happened. He didn't know how he lost his power. He didn't know that Prospero was a magician, okay, and made him lose his power. So Ferdinand said, I have not. And not knowing that it was by magic he was robbed of all power to fight. He was surprised to find himself so strangely forced to follow Prospero, looking back on Miranda as long as he could see her. He said, as he went after Prospero into the cave, when Prospero took him to the cave, he looked at Miranda. He looked back on Miranda and told her, I feel as if I were in a dream. Okay, although he lost his power and Prospero insulted him, but he still felt, he's still in love with Miranda. So he told her, I feel as if I were in a dream, but this man's threats and the weakness which I feel would be nothing if I could see this fair young woman once a day from my presence. Okay, so here he expresses his love to her. Prospero didn't keep Ferdinand shut up long inside the cave. He soon brought out his prisoner and gave him a difficult job, taking care to let his daughter know what he had done. Then, pretending to go into his study, he secretly watched them both. Okay, so he told his daughter that he had work in his study. Okay, but he didn't go to his study. He hid himself and tried to listen to them. Okay, to their speech. Prospero had commanded Ferdinand to pile up some heavy piece of wood. So he gave him a tiring job. He ordered him to pile up. Pile up means to collect some heavy piece of wood. King's sons are not used to hard physical work, so Miranda soon found her lover almost dying with tiredness, because he was a prince, and a prince didn't do these tiring jobs. Okay, so Miranda had pity on him because she knew that he felt tired, and she said to him, "Oh, sir, don't work so hard. My father is at his studies and will not come out for at least 3 hours. Please rest yourself." So here, you guys, we have a comment. "Oh, sir, don't work so hard. My father is at his studies and will not come out for at least 3 hours. Please rest yourself." Okay, so these words were said by Miranda to Ferdinand when Prospero wanted to test Ferdinand's love to Miranda. What did he do? Yes, he gave him the most tiring jobs and he treated him badly. Okay, but Miranda had pity on him. because he felt so tired piling up the pieces of wood. Okay? So what did she say to him? Let's go on. If you will sit down, I will carry your wood for a little while. So here she offered to help him, okay? But Ferdinand would not agree to this. Instead of helping Ferdinand with his work, Miranda prevented him from doing it, okay? Since they began a long conversation, they started to talk together. And the business of wood carrying went on very slowly. So he did his job, but very slowly. Prospero, who had given Ferdinand the job as a test of his love, was not at his books, as his daughter thought, but was standing near them unseen, okay, to hear what they said. Here, Ferdinand asked her name, which she told him. Okay, we are going to stop here. So in this line, the last line, Ferdinand asked Miranda about her name and she told him her name. Okay, now your home assignment is to answer the following questions. Okay, we have already answered these questions while we were reading the text. Okay, so your homework is to answer these questions in your large copybook, and I'll see it next time when I meet you. Okay, see you next time, you guys, with my best wishes. Miss Wala Lashin. Bye bye.